What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. I think when I talk about XRP, I get a lot of questions regarding like price predictions and where things are going. But I think one of the most popular questions that I see constantly in live streams and constantly on videos, and the constant conversation that happens outside of just viewing my channel, but other places as well within the community, is um, how much XRP is enough? And that question has a wide range of continuation sentences or words with that. And it's like, how much is enough to become a millionaire? How much is enough to become wealthy? How much is enough to make a substantial amount? How much is enough to have a presence in the future world and whatever it's going to be? How much is enough to save for the long term? There's so many different iterations of the continuation of that sentence, right? But I think in this one, I think most people are probably asking the same thing, which is how much is enough to become an XRP millionaire? And it really all depends on the time frame. It all depends on how long you want to hold. It depends on what actually gets done with XRP within Ripple's kind of ultimate plan. So I want to talk about that within this video. I'm going to go through where XRP is, and then we'll have that discussion on how much XRP is enough. So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, if you want to check me out on Twitter or on Patreon, those links are in the description. And if you want to trade on Margex, if you want to trade, if you're interested in leverage trading, you can utilize my Margex link, which should be at the top of the description. And you'll be able to trade up to 100x leverage on BTC, Ethereum, 50x leverage on XRP, Solana, Jasmine Coin, 25x leverage on some meme coins like Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, Bonk, Pepe. All of those that are there, you can trade those at up to a 25x leverage, but you can also trade as little as a 5x leverage. So if you want something that's more long-term, something that gives you a little bit of room, a little bit of wiggle room, you can utilize that as well. But let's talk about everybody's favorite position. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody watching this video, because that's the reason you clicked on it. XRP. XRP currently stands at 57 cents. It hasn't exploded, even though we had the good news of XRP XRP being not labeled a security. Ripple is free of all litigation as of the moment. And then we have $125 million is being paid by Ripple, basically meaning that we have kind of freedom right now, freedom to explore partnerships, different connections, explore so many different things for the future of XRP as well. But we're not really seeing the major push for XRP or to gather as much XRP as possible. We will eventually see those major pushes once we see those connections and all the other things I talked about, why it hasn't exploded and everything in my previous video, in one of my previous videos. But we'll get into that more and more as time goes on. But XRP is sitting at 57 cents. It's down about 4% on the day. You can see that my balance is at 51.4, $51.5 thousand dollars there. And I'm looking at a $32 billion market cap with $1 billion worth of volume. Not really showing too much major movement as of right now. So as we get into these days to where it doesn't really have a lot of movement, that question continues to come up. Like, how much XRP is enough? And if you don't know, I hold 100,000 XRP. I hold 10,000 over in my ledger, which is going to be my forever balance, and then I have about 90,000 that's over here in on Coinbase, which I may end up getting up to 100,000 again. Depends on if XRP finds a way to come lower. Like if it goes lower to like 40 cents again, then yes, I could possibly pick up another 10,000 coins, which would get me to 100,000 there, and then I could forget about the other 10,000 and just leave that as truly a forever amount. But right now, total I have 100,000, and bringing that up, I think that question is like, how much is enough? How much should you hold? And it really depends on what your mission is. If your mission is to become a millionaire, you have to worry about different factors. You have to worry about what's going to be implemented by Ripple, whether XRP is going to be a major factor within that implementation. You also have to understand how long you want to hold that position. Is it something that's going to be closer to the forever coin? because that's how you get up to the level of 1,000, $10,000 and so on and so forth, right? And what is how much did you pay for it? How much are you willing to accept as gains? Because if you see, let's say if you need to wait, like if you have 1,000, if you have 1,000 coins, and let's go over to Excel and go here. If you have 1,000 coins, you're going to see that in order for you to get $1,000,000, and that's before taxes, you would need to have $1,000 price point. In order for you to get to $1,000,000 after taxes, you're probably going to need to get to about the 2,000 or 3,000 mark per coin, meaning that you're at a $3 million price point. Let's say they take half of it, 1.5 million. That's kind of what you're looking at there in order to officially become a millionaire. Now that leaves room for a lot of things that are happening. That means that you're spending $570 to potentially make $1 million. Anywhere in between there, you have so much room to where you haven't seen this level for this position. And maybe you haven't seen it ever, right? You get to $50,000 off of a $500 investment, $600 investment. You're telling me that you're not going to be like, oh, well, you know what? Maybe I'm okay with taking $50,000. So that's depending on your mindset. For me, I've seen $50,000 before. I've seen $100,000. I've seen these levels before. So this is why I can accept, or this is why I can accept holding that position for longer than where we're at. But if you may have never seen it in one spot, in one investment, and be able to pull that out and now put it anywhere that you want, be able to pay off your student loans, be able to pay off any debt that if you do have, or pay off your car, whatever you wanted to do with it, you have a lot of money, right? So from $500, you can take that. So it's all dependent on your attitude. It's all depending on how much you are willing to see and not take from, right? Because again, $500,000. A lot of people have not seen that ever in one spot. I can tell you that I have not seen that ever in one spot. So to say that I have $500,000 in one specific position, it kind of scares me at times, even if it does have a lot more room to grow. So for me, as I get up to these hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of a level, it looks a lot scarier to hold, and it burns a hole in your pocket. Like, what if it does come back? So it's all based on your mentality. It's all based on what you see there. So 1,000 coins is definitely a long way away. And typically, in order to make it easier for you to see $1 million, you want to have more. You want to have as much as you can, just so that you see it a lot sooner. And this is why people will take out and say, "Oh, you know what? Instead of 1,000, I want 10,000." Meaning that now you can get to $1 million when it hits $100, which greatly increases your chances of getting there before we see any type of like crazy implementation, major movement to kind of blast it off. Meaning that you can get to $1 million at $100 there. However, there's also more people that will say, look, I want to hold as much as I physically can. And if you hold 100,000, that means at a level of $10, you can get to a $1 million price point. This is something that I looked at and I was like, yes, I want to have forever coins. And that's why I'm putting that aside. And the reason why I put that aside is because I am fearful of my own mentality. As I see these levels, as I see a $10 price point and I'm sitting at a $1 million level, I'm like, okay, I essentially can see a lot more because it should get to a $20, $30, $40, $50, all the way up to a $100 price. But anywhere in between there, that is scary. You want to know why? Because the normal person, if you wanted to live off of money forever, you do not need a ridiculous amount like $300 million. You don't need that much. So if you have $5 million, $1 million can go into an index fund, gain 10% per year, live off $100,000 per year. You never have to work again. That money just sits there, and your extra money comes in as you see the end of the year. You're like, all right, it's the end of the year. I'm taking out $100,000 and leaving the rest that's in there, the $1 million that's in there, right? Or whatever the gains are, I'm taking that out and leaving the rest that's in there. Like, that's kind of what you're getting out of that. And it's huge, right? It's big. So when you have 1,000 coins, it all depends on your mentality. How much is enough? It depends what you want. It depends what you want to accept. It depends how long you want to hold. It depends how long you want to be in crypto for. If you want to have a major part in crypto, you might want to hold a lot more than 1,000 coins. But honestly, you don't need that much. It's just you have to change your mindset to say, what do I truly want to accept from this? How would I feel if this $500 that I invest right now gets to $50,000? Well, you can say, oh, well, I'll just hold until it gets to $100,000. I'll just hold until it gets to $10,000 per coin. You can say that, but I can tell you, if I had a list of 100 people that told me that they were going to hold a position to a certain point, and then it ends up skyrocketing and they sell that position, 100 people, out of 100 people, you'd probably have about 95 that decided to sell it and 5 that decided to hold on to it. 5% of those 100 people would probably say, yeah, I'll hold on to it for a little bit longer. And then let's say another half of those people, if it ends up going to 100,000, is like, I'm done with that. You probably have one person that holds until $1,000 per coin, because it's a roller coaster. It's something that's emotional to where it goes from, because getting to 1,000 is not probably just going to be in one bull run. It might be in 2 or 3, meaning that you're seeing it go up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down. And while you're just watching it the whole entire time, when it goes down, you feel horrible. When it goes up, you feel great. Then it goes down again, you feel horrible. How long can you take that? Right? That's like you going from having a mansion to being homeless, and then next year having a mansion again, and then being homeless again. Like, how long are you going to be able to take that before you're like, you know what? I can just accept this, be happy with this, and move on to whatever the next position is, even though it's going to have so much more growth to it. Like, my 10,000 that's over here is going to sit there and go through the highs and lows, and I really don't care about it. But the amount that I have over here, this is not going to be the case. I'm taking profit as time goes on. Whatever I feel like, oh, you know what? This is a lot of money. I'm going to take some of that money. That's just how that goes. And I'm going to put it into a place to where I feel, super comfortable with gaining consistently over time. And then when cryptocurrency becomes more of a consistent gainer, and doesn't really have those major losses like we've seen, which I don't know if it will, because remember, the market can't be halted. It just stays open and things continue to trade. No matter if it's down 5% or 50%, it still continues to trade, which scares people. So I don't know if that will be the case. But the point is that once it does get to that point where it can be a little bit more consistent, I will invest into that consistency, just like I do with dividends, or just like I do with my my retirement accounts. So anyways, to answer the question, which is long-winded, a super long-winded answer, how much XRP do you need? How much is enough? It depends. I would say 10,000 is enough, but it all depends on your attitude. I would say even 1,000 is enough, but it all depends on how long you want to hold it. I could say 100,000 is kind of guaranteed to be enough. A million is 100% guaranteed to be enough to get you to a millionaire status. If you had a million right now, you're looking at what, 600 or $520,000 if you have a million. That means that all you need to do is double from where we are to get to $1 million level, or get to a $2 price point to get to $2 million. So the true whales, they have more of a chance of getting there than anybody that's at the lower end. But you don't necessarily need to have a crazy amount. It's just, how long are you willing to hold it and accept a 500 to 50,000 or $500,000 gain? It's like that eats away at you. It does. I've seen it. I've seen people sell Jasmy coin very, very quickly at 10x, and they made a boatload of money. And guess what? They have no more Jasmy coin. They've sold it at 4.5 cents, and they were happy with it. But it still has a lot of life in it. But some of those same people now found a lower point to get into, or not the lowest point, but found a low point to get back into it. And they pocketed all the rest of the change, right? From 4.5 cents all the way down to 1.5 cents, they found an area to now buy another 1 million. And instead of having, $45,000 right there, and they pocketed that $45,000, they're now putting only $15,000 back in there to get $1 million. I mean, that's the way that you do it. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this. How much do you believe you need? How much is enough XRP to make you a millionaire? Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Check out my link for Margex in the description. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.